Aware of a few miracles, but one miracle you may have not heard about was the miracle of the economic boom of the Japan 1950s. The reason that the Japan economy needed this boom was because of the hole it was left in from World War II. So in this speech, we are going to talk about the hole that World War II left Japan in, how they got out of this, and how the Korean War affected this. And in conclusion, we're going to look at the economy now and how it was after the economic boom. The reason the economy needed to have a miracle was because of the effects left behind from World War II. Post-World War II Japan was at an all-time low. Food was scarce and opportunity was scarce. After the war, Japan had lost a combined $188,852 million worth of assets, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica written by Akira Watanabe, Marius B. Jansen, and others. They also went on to say the surviving factories and railroads were inoperative. However, due to the lack of energy and inputs, immediately after the war in Japan, in 1945 and 1946, output collapsed to only 20% of the wartime peak. Again, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, written by Akira Watanabe and Marius B. Jansen. The U.S. also helped give life to the economy by creating a new constitution that was centered around democracy, which gave new opportunities to farmers and others, as they created reforms such as the land reform that gave land back to the farmers and let them bring in income. The U.S. also helped by bringing over food that was very scarce in Japan at the time. The Korean War. So what the Korean War did for Japan was it helped bring in lots of money from the United States, as the United States was over in Korea fighting for democracy again from North Korea and South Korea. So Japan had an amendment in the Constitution number 9 that said they cannot fight in the war. And so to move around this, they actually did deals with the U.S. in order to build and provide different military things for the U.S., which brought in a lot of money. It is said from 1950, when the Korean War began, to 1951, the total amount of world trade increased by 34%. And many countries, including Japan, experienced a significant boom of its economy, according to Japan's Economic Miracle, Underlying Factors and Strategies for the Growth by Masahiro Takada. He also went on to say, foreign currency derived from the U.S. Army and military personnel reached gigantic sums for those times. 590 million in 1951 and over 800 million both in 1952 and 1953. Japan's Economic Miracle, Underlying Factors and Strategies for the Growth by Masahiro Takada. After this, they became one of the top economies in the world. Because of this economic boom, they were able to rebuild their factories, and with these rebuilt factories, they became more efficient and became one of the top selling and trading countries in the world. These new efficient factories led to better quality and cheaper goods. In conclusion, we can see that the World War II left a gigantic hole, but that hole was filled pretty quickly from the Korean War and from the U.S. helping. We can conclude that sometimes economies may need something big, such as a war, that will bring in lots of money and goods to help reboost an economy. Today, Japan has gone into a little bit of a recession, but they are still considered one of the top economies in the world.